So, have you ever thought about what it would be like if we could just start over? Not with a new app or a new website, but with the internet itself? What if we could rebuild the entire thing from the ground up? Well, let's dive in because today we're going to explore a vision for exactly that, a brand new internet infrastructure, one that's driven by AI, and most importantly, by you.
This right here, this is the single most important idea to grasp. In the internet we have today, we, the users, are kind of the product, right? Our data gets sold to advertisers, and we live on these massive platforms owned by a handful of companies. This idea completely flips that on its head. Here, the user is the network. The user is the foundation. It's a huge shift in how we think about the web. So what exactly is Web4? Well, you can think of it as an internet where your digital identity is the absolute center of everything. And I don't just mean your login for a website. We're talking about a sovereign identity, one that you truly own and control. This becomes the key that unlocks everything else, from your personal AI to how you connect with people. And the whole point, the big goal, is to put the power back in your hands. To really wrap our heads around how this would even work, we're going to build this new internet together, right now, piece by piece. The whole thing is laid out as a 7-layer pyramid. And, just like any strong building, we got to start with a really solid foundation. And that foundation, the single most crucial piece of this entire ecosystem, is your identity. Before we can even talk about apps or hardware or new kinds of networks, we have to solve the problem of who owns you online. And this is where Layer 1 comes in, UIID, which stands for Universal Integrated Identity. This is the bedrock. This is the ground floor of the whole system. Think of it like your digital passport for this new web, but the big difference is it's a passport that only you control. So how does this UID actually work? Well, first off, it's sovereign. That means you and only you truly own it. No company can take it away. It also acts as your universal key for everything, from payments to logging in. This is how you decouple yourself from all those corporate platforms. And here's the kicker. Every single piece of data, every photo, every message is tied directly to your UID, not stuck in some company's database. So what does this actually feel like in the real world? Imagine paying for something. Instead of pulling out a card or opening an app, your identity is your payment method. It's like having a universal Visa card that's just part of who you are digitally. It's faster, it's way more secure, and it's just seamless.
And it doesn't just stop with money. Think about getting around town. With a UID, you wouldn't need a separate Metro card or a transit app on your phone. You just tap and go. Your identity is your pass. It's all about making that connection between your digital self and the physical world feel totally natural.
Okay, so we've got our identity layer firmly in place. That's the foundation. Now it's time to build the actual infrastructure on top of it. Layers 2, 3, and 4 are what make up the digital backbone. The pipes and the highways for this new internet. Next up is Layer 2. It's called VIVON, and this is your actual on-ramp to the network. Imagine this. Instead of a phone number, you call or message someone using their UIID. Suddenly, you're not tied to a traditional phone company anymore. VIVON would use eSIMs to give you access to this Web4 network from anywhere in the world, all built right on top of that identity layer we just talked about.
That takes us to Layer 3, Arctic, and this is where things get really different. The internet today runs on these massive centralized data centers owned by big corporations. Well, the vision for Arctic is to completely throw that out. Instead, the network is powered by thousands of smaller consumer nodes, people contributing their own computing power. You can even turn your old laptop into a part of the network.
Okay, so you have this new decentralized backbone. How do you actually use it? That's Layer 4, Helion. You can basically think of it as the new browser, the new search engine, and the new operating system all rolled into one, designed from the ground up to navigate this new kind of web. It's your window into the whole thing. All right, foundation's laid, backbone is built. Now for the really fun part. What can we actually create on top of all this? This is where we get to the creative layers, where things get pretty wild for both developers and for us, the users. Layer 5 is called Thrive, and this is a potential game changer for anyone who builds software. It's a set of free AI-powered tools for making apps. But here's the really brilliant part. Developers don't have to build and manage their own databases anymore. Instead, the app just uses the data storage that's already built into every person's UID. This could make building things so much simpler and cheaper.
And that just leads to the incredible power of Layer 6 Atrium. Now get this. This is a tool that could let you build what's called a super app, like your own private social network for your neighborhood or your book club, in about 30 seconds. Seriously. You just type in a simple prompt describing what you want, and AI generates the entire platform for you, and boom, you can launch it. It's about making creation accessible to literally everyone.
So we've built this entire digital world, from identity all the way up to these incredible AI-powered apps. But how do we interact with it? How do we touch it? Well, the final layer brings it all into the physical world with hardware that's designed specifically for this new ecosystem.
And this is Layer 7, the hardware, called Winix. We're not just talking about another smartphone. This is a W4 phone that comes with your UID and a personal AI built right in. We're talking augmented reality glasses that can pull data from those super apps you created, a smart ring that securely stores your identity data, and even something called a W4 book, which is a little microserver that lets you become one of those nodes powering the network.
So 7 layers. A sovereign identity, a new backbone, AI-powered creation, custom hardware. It's an unbelievably ambitious vision, right? The big question is, how on earth do you actually make something like this happen? What's the plan?
Well, the strategy is actually pretty clever. Instead of trying to build all 7 layers at once, which would be impossible, the plan is to focus on just 2 to start. Layer 1, your identity, and Layer 6, those AI-generated super apps. And why those 2? It's simple. If you can give people true ownership of their identity and an incredibly easy way to build their own online communities, you build a user base. Once you have the people, then you can roll out the rest of the infrastructure to support them.
And the motivation for doing all this? Well, the potential market is just staggering. The total market for disrupting the web as we know it is estimated to be around $1.5 trillion. Now, out of that massive number, the project is aiming for an initial target of $500 million. That's the first slice of the pie they're going after, likely by winning over all those early adopters and developers who are hungry for something new.
And the timeline to get there is frankly insane. The goal is to hit profitability in just 12 months. The thinking is that the viral nature of these AI-built super apps could create a massive network effect almost overnight.
So after seeing this entire 7-layer vision, from an identity that you truly own all the way to AI that can build an app for you in seconds, it all comes back to a pretty simple question. This whole idea is a massive departure from the internet we use every single day. So the thought I want to leave you with is this: what would it actually take for you personally to make the shift?